Carbon is a new type of AMM, the first and only of its kind, designed specifically to maximize user control. Rather than just providing liquidity, Carbon allows users to implement specific recurring trading strategies on any standard ERC20 token through the use of adjustable bonding curves. Traditional liquidity pools only have one strategy, and it is defined by the constant product curve, often called the bonding curve. And it follows a simple equation. X multiplied by Y is K. This particular bonding curve is made from an X of 35,000 DAI and a Y of 28.5714 ETH. And so X multiplied by Y is 999,999. And the spot price of ETH in this pool is 1,225 DAI per ETH. But the cost of each ETH goes up and down as other users buy and sell. When a trader inputs a buy for ETH at $300, the liquidity provider must facilitate that trade according to this predefined strategy. And when a trader inputs a sell for ETH at $3,000, the liquidity provider must facilitate that trade as well. This is the current model of liquidity provision. But Carbon is different. Instead of one curve that describes the strategy that everyone must use, Carbon lets users create their own recurring trading strategies on their own adjustable bonding curves. Here's an example. This is a single directional buying curve, which determines the purchasing behavior of DAI for ETH. When ETH is $1,200, this curve will start buying, and if ETH goes down further towards $800, this curve will purchase more ETH at a faster rate until all of the DAI in this strategy is converted to ETH. Here's another representation of what that might look like. And remember, the specific values are always adjustable. Here is the curve that determines the selling behavior. This single directional selling curve will start slowly selling ETH at 1,500, and as ETH approaches 2,000, this curve will sell more ETH more quickly. Here's another representation of what that strategy can look like. And remember, the specific values are always adjustable. This process is totally automated. If ETH spends the next year fluctuating between $1,000 and $2,000, Carbon will continue to execute this recurring trading strategy automatically. With no gas costs for the liquidity provider, Carbon will buy ETH when it dips below 1,200 and sell it when it spikes above 1,500. But Carbon doesn't just limit users to two adjustable bonding curves. Here's another recurring trading strategy with 4 sets of parameters. Let's look at each part. A small amount of DAI is set aside to buy ETH between $350 and $500. Significantly more capital is set aside to buy ETH between $800 and $1,200. Most of that ETH is then sold at a price point of $1,500 to $2,000, and the last of the ETH will only be sold if ETH spikes to a price between $2,850 and $3,250. But you don't have to create ranges. Carbon allows users to set specific buy and sell points. If you want to buy ETH with everything you've got when it dips to $1,500, you can do that. If you want to sell everything at $2,000, you can do that too. Carbon supports all standard ERC20 tokens and is totally permissionless. Now let's put all of this together. Here's a strategy which is buying a standard ERC20 token over a range. Let's call it the blue strategy. Some users will have a small amount of liquidity spread over a wide range. Other users will have a large amount of liquidity spread over a narrow range. Each user contributes their own adjustable bonding curve to Carbon, and Carbon aggregates all of these curves into a single continuous function. From the trader's perspective, this will behave just like a traditional liquidity pool, except all of the liquidity providers are maintaining control over what's actually being done with their money. Here's a strategy which sells the same ERC20 token over a range. We'll call it the red strategy. Carbon aggregates these sell orders as well. As sell orders begin to exceed buy orders, the red strategy will overtake the blue strategy on certain parts of the curve. As time goes on, existing users can adjust their buying strategies and new buyers can enter the system. And as time goes on, existing users can adjust their selling strategies and new sellers can enter the system. Carbon is permissionless and can execute recurring trading strategies for ETH, the Graph, Synthetics, Chainlink, and every other standard ERC20 token. But this is just the start of a series on what Carbon can do. Next time we'll look at the speed of these strategies and learn why Carbon will be the fastest method to execute these recurring trading strategies on-chain.